Well, the Bible tells us that Jesus was tempted in all points like we were. Does that mean that he experienced fear the way we experience fear? That's our question today on Ask Me Anything. You are watching this program 5 days a week, 5 minutes a day right here on God TV. This is Dr. Michael Brown, your host. As always, I want to remind you of how you can get your questions to me. Email them, send them to this address, ask@god.tv, all right? Or you can post them on the God TV Facebook page. Make sure you say these are for Dr. Brown. Or, here's the other place, you can tweet them to God TV. Use the hashtag AMADRBrown. Grace emails this question. When Jesus went to the cross and bore our sins, sicknesses, guilt, and shame, did he also bear our fears? And did he fear the cross? Is it possible for Jesus to have experienced fear like we do? I believe that I can honestly say the answer to the question is partly yes and partly no. What do I mean by that? On the one hand, partly no, Jesus was not subject to fear the way we are. Hebrews 2 talks about Satan keeping humanity under his power because people all their lives suffered from the fear of death. And then there's a servile fear that 1 John 4 speaks of that has punishment with it. And perfect love casts that fear out. So there is an oppressive fear that people live with day and night. There are attacks of fear that they get so they can't function normally. There is the servile fear, always thinking God's out to get me, destroy me. And obviously, that was not part of the life of Jesus, because in that there are aspects of brokenness, weakness, even sin at times. And because of that, we're not walking in wholeness when we're in these things. And I could not think of Jesus in that, living that out. That being said, was he hit with fear the way we could be hit with fear? In other words, an outside temptation, this dread, this, oh no, what's going to happen? It could be irrational, a panic attack, something like that. Did he get hit with that? Yes, I believe he was hit with all the kinds of things we get hit with. Was he hit with temptation to think wrong thoughts about a woman? Was he hit with temptation to lose his temper? Was he hit with temptation to be jealous? Was he hit with temptation to exalt himself and to be proud? Yeah, he was tempted as we are, yet without sin. So all these things hit him, but they were resisted. That's why I say the answer to whether Jesus experienced fear the way we do is partly yes and partly no, because most of us don't just think of the temptation of fear and we say no to it. I trust God, I'm not going to fear. But we think of that ongoing torment. We think of being paralyzed. We think of being unable to function. I'm afraid to get on a plane because I'm afraid it's going to crash. I'm afraid to stand up and speak because I'm afraid I'm going to be embarrassed. I'm afraid to do the right thing because I think people are going to reject me. And I walk in that and live in that. Jesus did not live in that, because to live in that is to yield somehow to fleshly weakness, or in some cases to yield to sin. But did he get hit with things the way we get hit with them? And there's that temptation, there's that rush of fear that could hit, or you're going to fail? I believe he did, but he never yielded to it. He knows what it's like to feel our weaknesses, but because he's our perfect Savior, he never sinned and he never yielded to the fears. All right, folks, we have a lot of stuff that'll build up your faith. Greatest antidote to fear is faith. And we can build your faith up at the website. We've got some of the best sermons we've ever preached, many dealing with relevant subjects like this that will build your faith. On my website, AskDrBrown.org. Search for the Sermon Archives, AskDrBrown.org. And don't leave the website until you sign up for our emails. I've got a free ebook to send you. All right, we'll be back here next time.
Thank you for watching the program. Dr. Brown is here to answer your questions. If you have something you want to ask, then either email ask@god.tv, tweet #AMADRBrown, or go to the God TV Facebook page. We want to hear your question, so please contact us today.